Alright guys, we're gonna do a little trimming. I've got my 300 brass, 300 ACC blackout brass, and I'm gonna trim it using this Forster trimmer. I'm using a Lee bracket, or like a mount. These work really good. I got a couple of them, and makes it real easy to change whatever it is you're gonna working on. If it's a press, if it's a powder throw, you can have a powder throw on here and throw powder. Or in this case, we're gonna use it to do a little trimming. It comes with its own wood inserts made out of like pine wood. It's a little too soft for me, so I bought these at the hardware store. They're made out of oak, a little bit thicker. They're a little bit thicker. I got to put a little flat washer under each of these studs to, bring this little bracket up a little bit, but it works a lot better. It's a lot stiffer, and I'd rather use the oak. I find it better for this use. So we're just gonna tighten it down. You can cut these, just use the old. I use the old piece as a template and just cut it to size. See the little wrench? Tighten it down. 7/16. I modified these. What I did is I put studs in it. I believe they come with bolts, but I bought these 5/16 studs, and I threaded the plate and then Loctited them into the plate. So I just put nuts on them and I'm done with it. I don't have to use bolts or little bolts and stuff. Works good. This is a Forster trimmer. It comes with a couple of adapters back here. These go in here. Basically, they make one for each size. You can do all kinds of cases on here. 45 caliber pistol, if you feel you need to trim those. You can probably do anything on here. 7mm mag, you name it. They sell these in different lengths. This is the short one. I have the longer one. It's about 1 inch longer for Magnum cartridges. All you do is you just buy the base and you transfer the little holder here, the chuck, and this little drilling assembly. You just move them to the other base. It's adjustable. You have like a fine adjustment here, or you can loosen this collet and move it in and out to adjust it to whatever length that you're going to trim to. It's got an insert here, and it's like a 6-sided that goes on. It's like an insert that goes into a nut driver. This one here I bought at Harbor Freight. It's $10. It's rechargeable, and it works pretty good. It goes reverse and forward, and for $10 you can't beat it. It normally comes with a little crank. You can use a little crank, but that gets pretty old after a while if you're going to do 100 or 200 cartridges. This head is sold separately. You can buy any of this separately. But what this head allows you to do, it will not only trim the length of your cartridge, but it will bevel the outside edge and the inside edge at the same time. So it takes care of all that in one operation. This is about $65. This one here is a 30 caliber. They sell for different calibers. I haven't invested in any other ones. I use a 30 caliber mainly. Maybe you could buy different inserts and adjust these the little carbide tips. You can play with them, but usually the way they're set at the factory is pretty good. So you bring in your cartridge, you open your chuck here and you tighten it, and you just trim that fast. Does a real good job. Another one in there. Chuck it up. Got a whole bunch of them here I need to do. Never got around to them, but let's try doing these. There we go. These should be trimmed to a 1.368. I usually try to go about 10 thousandths under to a 1.362 or 1.358, in between there. You don't want to go too short, but generally you can go about 10 thousandths under and you'll be alright. You'll be in the safe zone. I've tried other methods of, I've tried the Lee, you know, I got the one with a little string, that trim, the zip trimmer. It's pretty good, but what ends up happening is on that zip trim, your case starts to wobble. As you're pulling the string, it starts to wobble, and that gives you an uneven mouth. And you'll notice it if you're going to crimp a bullet that has a crimp groove, a cannular. You'll notice as you turn the cartridge that the edge of the cartridge is not perpendicular to the side of the cartridge. As you turn it, you'll see a little wave on it. It's okay, I mean, but it works. It's better than nothing. You know, you at least have a safe cartridge that, you know, because it can be unsafe. If your cartridge is too long, it can cause a pressure condition in your rifle. And it works, but I mean, I prefer to do a better job than that. I'm, you know, I like to look at the details. I like a good job, and you know that the little zip trimmer will work, but there's a bunch of other trimmers you can try. But for my book, I mean, this one does a good job. This head, it makes it really fast, and I can micro adjust back here to within a thousandths. How, you know, I can mess with it 1 or 2 thousandths either way, so it's very accurate. And I have the option of putting a power on it or hand crank. Also, like I was saying earlier, I can get a larger base for Magnum cartridges. It works great for what I use it for. I can mount it on this little block, and under a minute I can take it off and put it away. I mean, it's just that fast. Anyway, that's how I do my trimming. Over and out.